having that information and that insight is going to save significant amounts of time, because traditionally that some of that information may have been held in a payroll system and then held in paper and potentially in another system. And so it sounds to me like the information is held in one platform and accessible on the fly. So that's going to be quite useful to organisations.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and again, as I said before, you can go out and you can buy lots of different systems that do lots of different things, but the issue there is that technology becomes quite siloed and it doesn't talk to the other pieces. So the idea behind what we've developed is that you're using one central system, and that one central system takes care of the requirements for you to run your people operations, to run the benefits piece, and all the other bits and pieces in between. There's the ability then for it to talk to payroll. There's the ability for them to configure reporting that means something to people within the organization. So there's a lot of key functionality in there that companies can use, whereas before now they would have had to go and subscribe to all those different systems.
David, you talked about timesheets and the ability to record timesheets on the system. A number of my clients work in fields of projects. How does the system work with projects and allocating time to projects? Is that possible?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can configure the individuals themselves can go in and they can complete individual timesheets. So if they just want to keep track of their working time on a weekly basis, they can go in and fill in their daily working hours, or they can do it on a group basis around projects. So you can actually group people together within the platform to return those timesheets on a weekly basis or however often you need them, but it's done as a group, so on a project by project basis, and they can add as many of those to employees as is needed, and then the reporting from that gives whoever needs that information has the ability to access that to see what the total hours worked in that week, whether it's by project, by individual, or as a collective.
Yeah, because I guess, all businesses today beforehand, there'll be a budget. There will be hours allocated for the project. So then they'll be able to really measure and analyse the hours allocated and the hours actually billed to the project.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And where we're going with the platform is that it will be fully API, so an open API infrastructure, which means that if somebody is then using an accounting platform for billable hours, they would be in a position in due course to be able to actually connect the two platforms so that they can actually run those projects if there is billable hours behind it. So if they want to connect the technology, because the data that we hold in the platform is relevant to their billable hours, they'll be able to do that in due course.